this is a message to men, real men. And I've been saying this too, And this brother, Cap, Cheerful Show, he's going to tell you the reason behind this, understand? And you men, you are powerful. I'm powerful. If you love Jesus Christ, then you're going to hear this. Listen.
We got to come back to this place in our culture where we honor true masculinity. The phrase toxic masculinity, if you're a Christian, you have to stop saying that. You have to stop agreeing with that. Masculinity is not toxic.
Amen.
Masculinity was God's design. God created man for a purpose, and he hardwired men biologically for a purpose. It is the reason why we're running into all of the problems that we're running into, by the way, is because men, specifically men of God, have been cowardly and have not stood up against all of this crazy onslaught of the devil that's happening in our culture.
Amen.
And have not stood up to say, you know what, enough is enough. We're not going to deal with this any longer. Isn't it interesting that most of the people who show up to these school board meetings, not all of them, but most of the people who show up to the school board meetings who are protesting all of this pornographic filth in these public school libraries are moms? Like, where are the dads? Why aren't the dads doing something and standing up against all of this nonsense? For if you do, you shall surely die. What happens? Eve wanders away from Adam's leadership. Adam was being a passive leader. Adam was being a passive leader. He was not discipling and leading his wife the way that she needed to be led. She gets deceived by Satan. She eats the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. She brings a curse in the world. And then because of Adam's passivity, he eats the fruit too. And this is what we're seeing happen in the culture right now. Men are not being trained to be men. Men are not being held accountable to be men. I look at all of the men. I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm saying this as an observable phenomenon. When you look at the landscape of men, you have out of shape, uninspired, ungodly men addicted to their own pleasures, not pursuing righteousness, addicted to video games. I love playing video games, but I'm not addicted to it. I'm not going to forsake leading my wife and my kids to go play video games. I'm not going to forsake doing the job I need to do to go play video games. I look at what's happening in our culture and I ask the question, in the physical realm, if we were to go to war and these men were going to be drafted, we would be toast. We would not survive a war with the climate of manhood right now. We are in desperate need for masculinity to be restored. And for me, when I look at this stuff, dude, if you're a guy that wants to wear a dress, I mean, you're free to do what you want, but don't be surprised when you are heavily scrutinized and criticized. And do not be surprised when the rest of us look at that and say, dude, like, you're the problem. You're part of the problem right now.
Right.
You are part of the problem of what's happening in this culture. You are not willing to stand up for godliness, for masculinity. And where the man goes, the family goes. Where the family goes, the culture goes. There's a reason why the devil is working overtime to erode and destroy masculinity. And it's because the devil knows how powerful a strong male leader actually is. I'm believing that you're watching this right now. If you are a man watching this right now, receive this. God has greater plans for you.
Amen.
God has designed you to be strong and courageous in this culture. Do not despise how God made you. It is a gift. Do not let the culture tell you that you being a masculine man is a problem. No, you are a problem, all right? You're a problem to the devil and to the devil's plan for this generation. You are a problem. You are dangerous. You're dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. That's why you need to receive the mantle that God has for you to be a righteous man. Amen.
Amen. Now, this, I'm telling you real men need to embrace your masculinity. And like he says, and that's the reason why I've been speaking against it. I understand on TikTok and YouTube and whatnot, because they had been heavily scrutinized and they had been made fun of just because, especially no man should be wearing makeup, eye glitter, and mascara and all that stuff too. That's what the Bible makes it very clear. Good job, brother Cap. You is right on, brother. May God bless you, brother. And I'm gonna give this tip. You know, real men need to stand up because we are a threat to the devil. Godly men, that is. I'm out. Period.